Brew. Jordan Love, better completion percentage, way more yards, 360 to 220. More yards per pass, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, and a passer rating of 134.
It was that monster game that we were speculating could Aaron have. J-Lo had the exact one.
Yeah. It was Brian Gutekunst was like, thank goodness. What do you make of Jordan Love outplaying Aaron Rodgers?
It's what I expected. It's what I fully expected. J-Lo was my preseason pick for MVP.
Correct.
So you guys know I think he can ball. I understand he has some things he's got to improve on, but I think he is a very good quarterback on his way to becoming a great quarterback. And so yesterday, I actually think yesterday, maybe even subconsciously, was huge for him.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Right? Like, I mentioned it in the Bud list, like officially taking the torch from Aaron Rodgers. And not that he and Aaron have a rivalry or anything, but that was your predecessor. Just like Rodgers followed Brett Favre, the Hall of Famer, you're following Aaron Rodgers, and you're supposed to be their third straight great quarterback. And I think yesterday will really do something for him mentally. And in the game, Nick, I mean, we know he also tied Favre's record for 20 straight completions in a game. I mean, that's huge with a franchise like that. But I thought, even though he's only got 2 interceptions this year, there have been a few J-No moments.
Of course,
where they haven't picked it off,
correct,
but they could have. He probably could have 4 or 5 interceptions.
Right. Our friends at Pro Football Focus call those turnover-worthy plays.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
And so yesterday, unless I'm mistaken, I don't remember him having a J-No moment. I thought everything was pretty clean. He made some great plays. Now, his tight end is fantastic.
Tucker Kraft.
Yeah, and he helped him out on a few plays. But he just got Christian Watson back. That was his first game back. So the receiving core, which is already solid, is getting better. Jaden Reed's still not back. Josh Jacobs haven't fully gotten the run game going. He's been all right. But I thought Jordan Love was fantastic. And it was an official passing of the torch.
Yeah, listen, I think you should. Of your Super Bowl was Ravens-Packers.
Yes.
You're more emotionally invested, I think, in the Ravens because they've been your team the last few years. But from the weekend, the team whose performance I think you should feel far better about is the Packers. The team that looked far more like a Super Bowl team and a team that has, dealt with some what I would call uneven performances to the tune of only 1 loss and 1 tie, and now
they were the number 1 seed.
Right, exactly. Now. They had the best record in football in the NFC going into yesterday, which was weird. It was by virtue of the tie, and now they just played, in my opinion, the best game they've played since week 1 by far. And for Jordan Love they were down significantly at the half. And the Steelers were killing them in special teams because Boswell can't miss, and then the Packers had missed 2 field goals. For J-Lo to come out and have 20 consecutive completions over the course of the second quarter through into the fourth, for 300-plus yards and 3 touchdowns, Rodgers hasn't done that since his last MVP season, so 4 years ago. I watched it and I said, man, this feels like if you remove the Cowboys playoff game, is this the best game of Jordan Love's career?
Yeah.
Certainly on the short list. I understand some of that is because, contrary to their culture and their names, the Steelers' defense is terrible. But Jordan Love looked awesome yesterday. Yep. And the thing is this. I actually don't think they need him to be awesome to be able to win the conference. I think they need him to avoid the J-No moments that the way you've put them. But when he plays like that and the defense looks the way it did, particularly in the second half, Rodgers made the one huge play off script. Other than that, I thought and I know it says 25, but that 1 touchdown late was not meaningless, but close to it. They're down 16 with 2 minutes and 10 seconds left. They get a score. I thought the defense played really well. That's when they look like the conference favorites. And the flip side of the game, KW, is the Steelers are running an offense that assumes they have a great defense.
Correct.
Okay. Let's talk about the Packers, though. We're not, listen, it's so funny because they constantly want to put it through this lens of Aaron versus Jordan Love And I feel no need to do that. I'll be really honest. You know, if Aaron Rodgers was 30 or something and Aaron just forced his way out of Green Bay or something, Aaron Rodgers is old. He's past his prime. Jordan Love is in his prime. I disagree with Brew, who said he's a good quarterback trying to become great. No, Jordan Love is a great quarterback on his way to becoming elite. And really all Jordan Love needs to do is just solidify himself in the consistent level of consistency to enter that elite. It's not like he has to be better at any one thing necessarily. And listen, I'm sure you can probably find other games that were statistically better than what Jordan Love has done in weeks past and whatnot, last season and beyond. But this is easily one of the best games from Jordan Love. And I talked about this a little bit before, where so much of it is because of his balance between I'm going to check the ball down, I'm going to be smart, I'm going to make the right decisions, I'm really going to let the game come to me. The reality is the Steelers defense was actually pretty good in that first half, and Jordan Love managed it. He dealt with it. He was smart. And then when things were able to open up, he was then able to attack, and he was then able to take, get some huge plays that were just all on the shoulders of Jordan Love. And it was just awesome. And yeah, I hear it's funny to hear them be like, oh, that tight end, Tucker Kraft, he's great. Yeah, there's a guy who makes videos and posts them every single day. He's been screaming how great and special Tucker Kraft and Jordan Love can be. That's me, by the way. And so, yeah. But listen, yeah, the Steelers defense isn't that great, but everything right about the Packers offense showed up. And their defense showed up as well. I mean, there was many moments, but the vast majority of the game, there was really nowhere for Aaron to go with the ball. There was just nothing for him to do in any given moment, really, right? And it was just the Packers deserve tremendous amount of credit for that. I don't want to downplay Aaron and just say, and you could downplay a win like this for the Packers and just say, well, the Steelers offense is not that good, Aaron Rodgers is old, and their defense isn't that good, and blah blah. I'm like, you can do that, and the Packers know that they've been in harder games, they played tougher defenses just literally a couple weeks ago, so that, but still, you could still see the quality of play. And now that they talked about PFF and talked about turnover-worthy plays, something that I am a huge proponent of calculating and looking at and monitoring, as I do it very frequently. Let's see what Jordan Love's been doing since we're talking about it. Oh, this is interesting. Jordan Love, with his turnover-worthy plays, is not in the top 10. That's interesting. Where is he? Oh, he's 14th. He only has 7. Who has the same or more than him? Jared Goff, Bo Nix. We'll leave out the young quarterbacks like Cam Ward and whatnot. Michael Penix, Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz hasn't even played a full season yet. 9 for Trevor Lawrence. The prince that's promised. Patrick Mahomes. No way. 9. That's crazy. Caleb Williams. 9. CJ Stroud. 10. Geno. 11. He's obviously been in a tournament. Baker Mayfield. What? The quarterback that everyone says is the MVP. He's got 13. Is he saying? Literally what turnover-worthy plays mean are that it essentially should have been a turnover, but you're really fortunate that it wasn't. That's what it means. That's literally what it means, okay? And it's on the quarterback. It's on the shoulders of the quarterback. And Jordan Love only has 7. Listen, I don't have a strong frame of reference of how many turnovers. We all kind of have a general idea of touchdown-interception ratio and whatnot. I don't know if there's a true general consensus just yet on how many turnover-worthy plays a quarterback, it's acceptable to have, and that's coming from someone who, really looks at this stat. But when you can see at the bottom of the league, Josh Allen at 3, Kyler Murray 3, Jalen Hurts 4, Sam Darnold 4, you're right in range right there at 7 with Jordan Love. You'd still like it to be a little bit less, but hardly anything to lose sleep over, and certainly not creeping up to this 10, 11, 13, etc. I think for Jordan Love, it's never necessarily been about the volume per se, about the turnover-worthy plays, and more about the moments that they happen. They seem to have come at like the worst possible time, so it gets emphasized significantly, which makes sense. That's the burden of being a quarterback. There's a lot. It's a big difference throwing an interception in the fourth quarter down by 3 when you're driving compared to second quarter up by 14, right? Like it's different. And Jordan Love, unfortunately for him, had been on the receiving end of just some inopportune turnover. So that obviously that continues to kind of still be a thing that kind of hangs over him. But he's obviously taken care of the ball very well this season. He's been incredibly successful. He has 13 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. I mean, he's been great. He's been as great as you could ever ask or expect your quarterback to be. 112.8 passer rating. He's top in the NFL in nearly all of the statistics. 70.9 completion percentage, nearly 1,800 yards. I mean, what more can you ask for? What more can you ask for at this point? So, this comment again, what'd you make of Love outplaying Rodgers? It just has nothing to do with that. It really does. It just has nothing to do with that. Nothing to do with Aaron Rodgers. This is about the Green Bay Packers and Jordan Love right now. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers? What'd you make of that performance? Did you think it was one of his best performances? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment. So whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions. Let's get in some fights. But ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We're building an amazing community here, and absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all generally feel connected to. Something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help with the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.